Hello and welcome to another Game Nexus Mame review. Today we're going to be taking a look at DonPachi, released in 1995, in fact November 1995, on the K Generation 1 arcade hardware. As you can see, this is a
wing leader to base,
vertical shooter with a vertical layout. You get to pick from three different crafts. The one I picked right here is the helicopter. The other ones are pretty similar. They all have your general shooting, and then there is a continuous beam, I should say, which basically happens if you hold the button instead of rapidly pressing it. If you rapidly press it, you get something entirely different, which would be like a rapid pulse like you get from like a machine gun or something. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea in this game, that you can have that. Of course, just like most of these shooters, you also have bombs as well that you can use to destroy all your enemies. And if you saw there, for a second there, I was just shooting the regular shooting, the regular rapid fire. The only thing I find with this continuous beam is that in some of the levels, especially level 1 here, it just seems to make the game just a little bit too easy, in my opinion. Later levels get a bit harder, but it could be that the creators of this game actually just wanted to get you a taste of how the action happens before they totally kill you, like in some of the later levels. Unless you're a seasoned shoot-'em-up player, you're gonna have a little trouble, of course. Now, this game did get released on the consoles. Of course, in the arcades, it had releases in Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and the USA. But on the consoles, which was the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn, it only got released in Japan in 1996.
What we got here? A multi-assault tank. Watch yourself.
I think it's kind of cool how this guy talks and he says all this stuff before you fight all the bosses and everything. I just like that. Look at what you got here, a multi-assault tank. Watch yourself. If you're wondering that thing that flashed really quick when it was saying warning, the actual English text on that was, "This is not simulation. Get ready to destroy the enemy. Target for the weak points or F-kin machine. Do your best. Do your best you have ever done." So that's what it actually says. When I was actually playing this, I tried to read that several times, but I could never read it quick enough to actually figure out what the whole thing said, since it flashes on for such a short time. This game, of course, is distributed by Atlas. Definitely the backgrounds are really nice looking in this game. And just like many vertical shooters, you have a lot of stuff coming at you, a lot of different bullets. The thing that I like is that if you set off one of your bombs when all this stuff is shooting at you, then it prevents you from getting shot from barrages of bullets that you're never going to be able to dodge anyway. So if you're really in a tough area, like in some of the later boss fights, you can just use one of your bombs like I just did right then, and all the bullets just disappear, which is a very good thing. Especially if you're not a super hardcore shoot-'em-up player like me. I'm decent at these games, but I'm not one of these people who have a full screen of bullets, and then I have somehow get out of it. No, I usually die. And here's another one of the crafts. This is more of a jet plane. That little power-up that I picked up was MP, which I'm guessing stands for maximum power. I like how when you continuously press the button, when you just rapidly press it, you get this spreader shot, which makes me think of Contra, which is really nice having a spreader shot, especially when you got all this stuff coming at you and no chance of ever taking a rest from it. In this area, having a skinny beam doesn't really help. So having that spreader shot really does help out quite a bit. The only problem sometimes is when you have several enemies that are shooting at you at once, having a spreader beam that doesn't hurt them all that much sometimes isn't that good because you can't destroy all the enemies you have to. And as you see, I'm just getting killed here so badly. The plot of this game, as according to the history.dat from Mame, is actually quite cheesy. You fight your own comrades in order to become the ultimate fighter, the DonPachi elite team, which really does sound really cheesy. Okay, let's take care of these guys here. This ship is actually pretty cool. If you look, it's like a jet plane. It has these two orbital things in the front. Well, until you actually do your continuous beam, which your rapid pulse is a lot better.
It's up! Heavy artillery barrage! Don't please continue. Select your battle plan.
That's kind of funny, actually. He was actually talking about what this boss is, and then when it was time for me to continue, he actually sounds like he interrupts himself. It's like, we got heavy artillery barrage. Please continue. And that just really sounds really funny, hearing the guy interrupt himself. Only thing I hate sometimes with these battles is when you die and all the power-ups fly out of you, it's kind of hard to grab all the power-ups while you're still trying to survive at the same time. Well, DonPachi is a really good shoot-'em-up game if you're really into these games. It's not really my thing per se, but as far as shoot-'em-ups go, it's one of the better ones. And I would highly recommend it to any fan of the genre. And of course, if you really like this game, then you probably already have the PlayStation or Sega Saturn imports of it already. So, this has been another Game Nexus Mame review, and I shall see you later.
Please continue.